Hello everyone and welcome to my video on 1.8 blocks and items. So first we have the new stone types, diorite, which is made with cobblestone and quartz, andesite, which is made with cobblestone and diorite, and granite, which is made with diorite and quartz. These blocks also generate naturally. We also have smooth variants for all three, which is crafted with 4 of that respective block in grid, and it makes 4 of the smooth block. Now we have the new slime blocks. Those are pretty cool. When you land on the slime blocks from a high place or from a low place, you bounce about half the height. So if I walk off onto the slime blocks from here, you will see that I bounce and I don't take any damage at all. If you hold space when you land on it, then you won't bounce. Also, slime blocks connected to each other and connected to other items will pull all the items up when fired with a piston. If there are items thrown on, all the blocks, not items. If there are items thrown on top of the slime blocks that are being pushed by the piston, they will gain a velocity, but items on other blocks touching the slime blocks will not fly up into the air. The dirt that was added in 1.7 in the Mega Taiga biomes that doesn't add any grass has now been added to survival and in the creative inventory. It's crafted with 2 gravel and 2 dirt. Okay, we have new types of sandstone that generate in mesa biomes at the entrance to the caves. So there's normal red sandstone crafted the same way as normal sandstone except with red sand. There is the smooth red sandstone that's crafted with 4 red sandstone, and we have chiseled red sandstone crafted with 2 sandstone slabs. There are also red sandstone stairs and red sandstone slabs crafted the same way as you would expect. Alright, now the new things that generate in the ocean monument. We have prismarine, which changes color over a period of 5 minutes. The texture actually changes, and you can probably see it changing right now. Alright, so that's crafted with 4 prismarine shards, which you can get from the ocean monument. We'll talk about that later. We have the prismarine bricks, crafted with 9 prismarine shards. Then we have the dark prismarine bricks, crafted with prismarine shards and an ink sac. Sponges have been added back into the game, and the way the sponge works now is when you place it into water, it soaks up all the water in a 5x5 grid that is touching the block, and then it becomes a wet sponge. So the wet sponge, when cooked in a furnace with a lava bucket, gives you a bucket of water. As well as the normal sponge. And lastly, we have the sea lantern, which works as a light source, and it's made with 5 prismarine crystals and 4 prismarine shards. We also have the new iron trapdoors, which can only be powered by redstone, just like iron doors. We have the new barrier block, which is invisible but cannot be passed. So when holding a barrier block in your inventory, you can see the barrier block, but it can't be broken in creative. Then we also have the new banners, which I'll talk about more in a second, but they're basically like flags, and the new armor stand. Now, armor stands are actually an entity, so they can be pushed into a minecart, and then they'll travel around in the minecart, and that is neat. The way armor stands work is you right-click an item in the stand to take it off the stand, and then you right-click the stand with the item to put it on the stand. Okay, back to banners. You can make a banner in all 16 different colors of dye, and there are like 38 different patterns you can put on a banner. So I'm just going to go through them really quick and not really give a lot of description. So you can put all these different patterns on a banner, and I've got the crafting recipes next to them. There's a lot of them, and they're pretty cool, and all of them need to be crafted in a 3x3 grid. You can put up to 6 patterns. You can put up to 6 patterns on a banner of any color on any color banner, and then it won't accept any more patterns designs. So you can have 6 at a time. There are also 6 banner designs that can be crafted in any shape that require items. Like this uses vines. This one has bricks, creeper face, which is now available in survival, wither skeleton, oxeye daisy, and enchanted golden apple. Banners can be copied by putting a banner with another banner that has the same background to create a copy of the banner. Layers can be washed off in a cauldron. Banners can also be worn on the head slot by use of commands. So if you'll look at me now, I've got this banner on my head, kind of weird, and then I can just take it off by hand. Alright, so now we have the new items. First, there are a lot of new items associated with the new rabbits. So we've got rabbit hide, 4 of those crafted together makes leather. Then we've got rabbit stew, which is a new food item crafted with rabbit meat. We have these new potions of leaping to give you jump boost. We have rabbit's foot, which is used to make the potion of leaping. Rabbits, when killed, now drop rabbit, or when killed with flint and steel, drop cooked rabbit, and rabbit can also be cooked to make cooked rabbit. We also have mutton and cooked mutton that comes from sheep now when you kill them. We have crafting recipes for mossy stone bricks, chiseled stone bricks. Cracked stone bricks is actually cooked in the furnace. There is a different type of fence for each kind of wood. So the crafting recipe for fences has changed slightly to reflect that. It now yields 3 fences, and it's shaped like that. So we've got oak wood, spruce wood, birch wood, jungle wood, acacia wood, dark oak wood fences. There are also new gates for each type. And there are also new doors for each crafting recipe. And by the way, the crafting recipe now yields 3 doors, and doors are now stackable to 64. But we've got the new spruce doors, birch doors, jungle doors, acacia doors, and dark oak doors, and as you can see, they each have a different pattern. Daylight sensors can now be changed to nightlight sensors by right-clicking the daylight sensor. Giant mushroom blocks now show the full mushroom texture instead of the texture with spores on it when mined with Silk Touch. Eating potatoes and carrots now yields 1 less half heart than it did before, or half food bar. Comparators now put out a signal based on the orientation of the item in the frame, and the items can now be rotated 8 different directions. Creeper, skeleton, and zombie heads are now available in survival, as I'll talk about in my mobs video. Player heads now show the mask layer, and when held in the hand, you actually see the person's head. Activator rails now dump the player out of the minecart when ridden over. Books, when copied, now the first copy says copy of original. If you make a copy of the copy, it says copy of a copy, and copies of a copy cannot be copied. Mobs, spawners, now if you right click it with the spawn egg, it changes which mob it spawns. And last but not least, beacons now change color when stained glass is put over them. Multiple colors of stained glass combine to make interesting colors. Finally, buttons can also be placed now on the ceiling and the ground. And that is the end of Blocks and Items video. I hope you enjoyed, and make sure to check out the next video in the series.